Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Cynthia Palmata. Okay, and it's lovely to be here. I am very, very happy to be here with you all after a few weeks. I mean, 2 weeks. 2 weeks break was just enough for me to rest and be back here with you all again. How are we doing? In our usual custom, we will say our salutations, and I'd love you all to please tell me how your day, your the last day of our long holiday, how did you spend it? I'll go first. So I won't lie, I enjoyed this long holiday. I spent most of my time at home, and then I was preparing for this class. I spent the whole of today preparing for this class. Yes, I guess that's what I used my long holiday to do. Tech team, can you please take my visual, my screen from the display screen so that the students can get to see my slides properly. Okay, so let's see. Good evening. Good evening, Lowell Candy. How are you? My day was good. Thank you for asking. Good evening, Yemi. Amaka, it's good to be back. Thank you. Yes, I've been well, dear. Okay, Lowell Candy from Lagos. That is noted. Amber, thank you. Oludele, it's nice to be back. Thank you for having me. Comfort. Yes, it's good to be back. Thank you. I trust your day went well. I'm glad you rested. So, blessing, I'm doing good. My holiday has been. Oh no, sorry that your holiday has been stressful. I'm glad you got to rest today. I'm well. I spent my holiday resting. Most of it was spent at home. Nolly, thank you for having me. Good evening. Good evening, Abigail. Good evening, God's favor. Thank you for having me. Bernice, thank you for having me. My day was good. My day is good. I mean, I'm here with you guys. What more would I want to do? Oh, thank you, Caroline. I mean, what would I? I would have it. I kind of have no choice. I would. All right. So we'll do. I also want to know how you all have been. So I and my colleague worked on a project, and I know she has shared it with you all. She told me that you all had questions. So it would be great if you could just your questions, just prepare them. Not don't ask them right now because there are things I want to that I would love to share with you today. So the questions that you have regarding the projects, just write it and keep it close. I will ask, oh, congrats, God's favor, congratulations on acquiring a personal computer, a laptop. Congrats, that's a huge step. Well done, congrats. So please use it well, and yeah, this is going to be the beginning of great things, and you would start leveling up and you start upgrading. Well done. Olamide, thank you for it's nice to see you here in class today. So sad I can't get to see all of your faces, but that's all right. So God's favor, I want everyone to please congratulate God's favor. Chinem. I'm sorry I cannot pronounce that side. What's God's favor? Congrats. So this is me clapping for you. It's no easy feat. Well done. Good evening, Godson. Oluwafermi, thank you for having me. Toket, it's good to be here. Yay, everyone, let's congratulate. It's not easy. I promise the prices right now to be able to even acquire It's literally costing an arm and a leg. So yes, it's not. It's so congrats, well done. Hmm. Good evening, EKG Joy. I see all of you, and to many more that I cannot, say hello to. Just know that I am sending you my warmest regards. Mm. So, just out of curiosity, how has the overall? Tell me, I enjoy feedback because that helps me to be better. How has the virtual assistant, but for because this is the only track that I am facilitating in, how has all of the sessions be from week one down to week eight that we currently are? How has our lessons been? How has our lesson module been? Is there any part of our teaching materials you do not understand? For questions that you would have, please reserve them. I will let you know when it is okay to send in questions, so we don't have your question mixed in with chats, with comments that should have my attention. So let's leave questions for now. So Abigail says, yes, it's quite high. One mine for 190. Abigail, trust me, I'm even glad. I'm hoping you got it at a very good deal. I hope you got a good deal. I don't know the model, but yes, you see, 190 is it's you see it's high, and it depends on the products that you bought. So yeah. Okay, so good. I'm getting responses. Okay, so they've been so good and informative. Thank you, Faith, for your feedback. Daniel, the classes has been impactful. Thank you for your feedback. This is great feedback. All right. So while the feedbacks are rolling in, so Glory, good evening, dear. The classes has been great, informative, and interesting. I am glad. We thank you, Amber. Awesome. I'm really glad, Amber. We are also grateful that you are here because this wouldn't have been possible if you all are not on the sides of your screen participating. So thank you. Oh, Johnson. I'm glad that it's been an interesting journey for you and you have learned a lot. I'm really, really glad. Yes, comfort. We have to, send our sincerest appreciation to and gratitude to the Incubator Hub and the DSA team for putting this together and for having it and for sharing it with all of you for free. They are doing an awesome job from the tech team that is backstage to myself and the other admin staff that are making all of this possible. We send our sincerest gratitude to them. Um, Christy, sorry I cannot pronounce your first name. I am fine. Thank you. I've been well rested, honestly. I just don't look forward to tomorrow. No, I do look forward to it, but it's just, coming back from work after a long break. It's like being dumped in this new space where you just have to start learning or getting used to everything again. Well, okay, so Favor, classes has been great. I have questions on travel booking while I'm trying to on my own. So Favor, just keep your questions for travel booking. I will let you know when it is okay to share the question. Good evening, Esther. Oh, blessing. It's been wonderful learning what virtual assistants really entail. Very impactful. Thank you. We're glad that you are learning a lot. Okay. Okay. All right. So let me text him. Can you please remove my own screen, like my visuals from the stage so that the my participants can see my slides clearly? Okay, sorry, I'm quiet, everyone. I'm trying to communicate to the tech team so they can take my video screen off the stage so that you all can see my screen before I start. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, so more feedback. Tunde, good evening. Welcome to class. So Nora says, educating and inspiring and to think it's free. More love from my end. Thank you for being here and for utilizing this free opportunity. So yes. Okay, so Esther, good. I'm glad you have learned on how to become a good virtual assistant. So Abigail, the class thus far has been a partner. Awesome feedback, Abigail. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Incubator Hub. Thank you. Awesome. This is amazing feedback. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, this week we are going to this week is going to be all about the real world readiness. Basically, this session for the week is going to be more of the advanced digital skills for aspiring virtual assistants. I'm going to start with branding yourself as a virtual assistant. Now, one thing I want you to know is that today's session is one of the most exciting parts of your journey as a virtual assistant. It's all about branding yourself. Now, the objective for today is to equip you with the personal branding knowledge and the practical tools to enhance your online visibility, your credibility, and your value proposition. So whether you're going to end up as a generalist or as a niche focused virtual assistant, your personal brand will either attract or repel the right clients. So now, why does branding matter? Why does branding matter? Now, one thing I want us to understand is branding answers the question, why you? Now, in a sea of other virtual assistants, where there are other virtual assistants, your personal brand can make you stand out. Now, to make you stand out, like, okay, the way a lighthouse stands out, your personal brand makes you just stand out. Now, people don't just buy services anymore, they buy feelings, they buy stories, they buy energy. Now, I want you all to think of your brand as your reputation, your voice, and your digital handshake, because they're not going to see you physically. Your personal brand is the digital representation of why you are a virtual assistant, why you should be considered for a contract as a virtual assistant. Um, Now, key points I want us to know is that clients trust people, not resume. That is why when you use resume to apply for a job, they would always want to schedule an interview so they can meet the person behind the resume. They want to see the person, interact with the person that has all this experience that has been listed in the resumes. Another thing I want you to remember is your brand is your online personality. Anything your brand says it is outside online for people to see, that is who they are going to perceive you as. Now, another point is a strong brand makes you memorable and referable. Now, if your brand is really strong, if you've built credibility and people have worked with you, you become memorable. And then this client will be like, oh, you know what? There was this contract I had a few months ago, and there's this Afolabi girl. She's a virtual assistant. Oh, the girl made my work. You know what? Here is her contact. You can just go to, you can just probably send her an email or just visit her website, and see the stuff she's made of. And then this person or this new referral is going to want to reach out to you. Now let's do a case study. Okay. So Mary is a tech virtual assistant. and she's struggling. And she was struggling with general virtual assistant work. Now, after pivoting and you know finding a niche, she was now able to. Oh, I've given it up. What's no worries. So after pivoting to help tech startups with admin work, she rebranded, and then she now wrote on her on her brand, like she rebranded, and then now this is what she now wrote in her bio. She now wrote something like helping tech founders save 10 hours 10 plus hours weekly by organizing chaos into clarity. So let me take that again. So Mary was a struggling general virtual assistant, but after pivoting to help tech startups with admin support, she rebranded with helping tech founders save 10 plus hours weekly by organizing chaos into clarity. Within 3 weeks, she landed a $1,000 monthly client. That the client was now paying $1,000 monthly. Now tell me, what did Mary do? What did Mary do differently? How did how did rebranding make it work for her? So you're going to use like 10 minutes to try and figure that out. I'll take it again for those that did not hear. Mary was a struggling general virtual assistant. After pivoting to help tech startups with admin support, she rebranded with this is now her new rebranding caption or her bio in her profile, in her whatever profile it is she's advertising herself. She's now writing helping tech founders save 10 hours plus weekly by organizing chaos into clarity. Now, after she did this, within 3 weeks, she was able to land a job. She was able to land a client that is offering to pay her $1,000 monthly. Now, what did Mary do differently? How did Mary now okay, yes, basically what did Mary do differently is the question. So now the scenario I'm painting, it will really be. So this is, I think I mentioned this in one of our classes. If you want to be addressed, it's better you put your name so people can know you. Now, see, I'm trying to now answer a question, and now what I'm seeing in your name is your opinion zone. That's really not great. But so now the case study, I am telling you the scenario. I would really appreciate if you listen and not be right and not write down. So listen to the scenario and then try to answer it. She rebranded herself. Yes, that's a good one. Yes, rebranding. She rebranded herself. How? How did she rebrand? Formerly, she was a virtual assistant. General meaning she was doing everything. She's in tech, she's in art, she's in education, she's in accounting. What did she do? What did she Awesome piece. She narrowed her niche from general to tech. That's a start. Yes. So now instead of being a general assistant, she was able to find her niche. I'm not saying there are not some virtual assistants that don't do well in general. It's not a skill that everybody possesses. Over time, you get to possess because as a new virtual assistant, we have to know what works for us. So you have to find a niche that works for you. And she was able to do that because she started working with tech startups. She was now doing admin support for tech startups. That's why she was able to rebrand and then say something like helping tech founders save 10 hours plus weekly by organizing chaos into clarity. So yes, she rebranded herself by focusing her niche, finding her niche. That's what she first did. Mm-hmm. Yes, I like yes. Mm-hmm. That's good, Judith. She rebranded her. She found her niche, and that helped her to narrow it down. Okay, so this is still one of so there are like three. There are three responses that I was able to get from that scenario that I tried to paint. Yes, so she was able to identify her niche. So that's one. There are two more. Okay, so let me help. I would say the scenario again, and then if I'll say the scenario again, but now we cannot say she has identified her niche because that has been answered. So the scenario again is Mary was a struggling general virtual assistant. After pivoting to help tech startups with admin support, she rebranded her caption on her LinkedIn profile saying, helping tech founders save 10 hours plus weekly by organizing chaos into clarity. And within 3 weeks, she was able to land a job that was going to pay her $1,000 monthly. So, yes, the first thing she did was specifying her niche, identifying her niche. The second thing she did was she was able to use clear client centered language when drafting her bio. So now she was able to so from whatever her previous caption was or her previous bio was, it is now helping tech founders save 10 hours plus weekly by organizing chaos into clarity. Now, if I'm a tech founder and I see this on her bio, I'll be like, oh, okay, she organizes chaos into clarity. Now, this is client centered. She's helping me by organizing my chaos into clarity, and she saves me 10 hours plus weekly. So yes. So first is she was able to identify her niche. Second is she used clear client centered language to attract or to call up visibility, to give herself visibility. And then the third is okay. And then the third is she showed value and results in her caption, helping tech founders save 10 hours weekly by organizing chaos into clarity. She shows value, she's helping. Now, results, she helps you save 10 hours weekly. At the end of the day, she's going to organize your chaos into clarity. So I hope I hope I've been able to explain. No, Deborah, I'm not doing the whole case study on the slide format this time around. This is more like an interactive class. So she's able to yes, she was able to professionalize her profile, but then how did she do it? There are different ways to actually achieve professionalism on your LinkedIn. There are steps you need to take. There are client-centered languages you're supposed to use. You don't just go there and say, I'm a virtual assistant with 5 years of working experience. I've worked with this. No, you're telling them who you are. Now, what value can you bring to your clients? Now, this is why branding matters. This is where branding works for everybody. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Now, what are the elements of a okay, you know what? Before we go there, I have a question. What's first impression? I know that many of us have LinkedIn pages. I just haven't gone through them. What's what first impression do you want people to have when they visit your LinkedIn page? Like when they visit your LinkedIn page and they read your intro, what's that first impression you want people to have of you? Sorry, I don't have us confused. We're still on branding, why branding matters. So now the question is, what first impression do you want people to have of you when they go to your LinkedIn profile? Reliable, good. Relevant problem solver, good. They know that you're ready to work, but you have to. So now, prospect employers know that you're available for work. But then, what first impression do you want to have? What first impression do you want them to see? Good, you're organized. You deliver clear results, reliable and valuable. Mm, these are all good answers. There are no right or wrong answer for that question. I just want us to know that with the right branding, you would get visibility, you will attract the right people, especially when you have your niche, you found your niche, you will attract people that are in your niche. And believe me, every niche, every virtual assistant niche has demand for labor. So don't think that, oh, because somebody's in customer service, it's only customer service. That there are customer service in tech, there's customer service in education, there's customer service in there's a word I'm looking for, in entertainment. There's customer service. There's customer. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. I keep hearing voice distracting noise outside the house. So I'm just trying. I'm the only one at home. Okay. So let's move ahead. So the next slide is elements of a virtual assistant personal brand. Element of a virtual assistant personal brand. Now, I want you to know that your personal brand is not a logo. Your personal brand is not a logo. It's how people feel when they see your name pop up. Now, your unique value proposition is especially powerful because it says, I help, I help this person with this activity so they can benefit this result. That is how this is basically the elements of what your personal brand should state. So now the key aspects, the key features of your personal brand is the visuals. That is your display photo. Now your display photo has to be a professional picture, a professional portrait picture, not too serious, just in the middle. Because now one thing people don't understand is if you're selling professionalism and you're looking too serious, you're going to oversell yourself. Not that it's not good, but you'd like to just, over deliver is what you're aiming for, not to under deliver. It's one thing to go do like a studio professional picture, and then the value you're bringing to the company is almost as useful, it's almost as useless as when you're not even there. So your display picture has to be professional. That means you're not supposed to be doing poses like this or like this. Or you just look calmly, professional. You're well posed, you're smiling slightly. And so when somebody sees your picture, they see immediately who you are and they don't get distracted with maybe you're posing or have a notion that you're trying to sell what you're not. So now the visuals, the features of your display picture, or maybe so now the visuals, this entails your display pictures. If you have a banner, it's like the one LinkedIn used to advertise, I'm ready for work or something. And then on your page, there has to be consistency in colors or fonts. You don't want to go and over design your page or your website because that's also visual. You don't want to go and over design it. And then when somebody clicks on your link, a link to your website, it's now very distracting. I'll see purple, I'll see pink, I'll see orange, just in a bit to have a beautiful website. No, there has to be consistency in color and fonts. Your page has to be well organized. Your display picture has to be professional, casually professional. And now your voice. Now, voice simply means your tone. The tone in your writing is also your voice. When you're responding to text, when you, if I don't know if many of us do this. If I actually I do it when I'm reading your comment, I try to guess your voice when you're asking questions, or in my head when I read it with different voices and in how I'm hoping you all sound like. So the tone of your writing, your email replies, your bio tone, all these are all elements of your personal brand. Somebody could say, oh, I always like the way Cynthia responds to my message. She's always cheery and warm in her responses. That's an example of how people hear your voice through your writing. Now, another element to your personal brand is your value. Are you dependable? Are you kind? Are you deadline driven? Now, these values are, you're going to tell them that you're dependable, but you're not going to tell them, I am a dependable virtual assistant ready to work. No. You're going to find a way, just as Mary was able to say, helping tech founders save 10 hours weekly, organizing chaos into clarity. She has sold herself, she has given value, she has shown value and results. I will help you save 10 hours. I will organize your chaos into clarity. She has shown value and result at the same time. So now the fourth element of a personal brand is your UVP. Now UVP is simply your unique value proposition. Okay, so I'm trying to see. I'm looking through the comments. That's why I'm quiet for a bit. Warm, reliable, and organized support. Oh, that's all great. Okay, so next slide. Okay, so now optimizing your LinkedIn and your other social media profiles. Now, one thing you want to do, especially when, sorry. So now, one thing I want us to understand is honestly, your LinkedIn and your Upworks. I don't know if all of us, if so any of us know Upworks. Upworks is another platform where you can sell yourself for work. Your LinkedIn and your Upwork profiles are your virtual storefronts. Like basically, this is where prospect employers will come to in search for talent. Now, I want to make sure. Now, let's make sure that our LinkedIn or our Upworks profiles don't look empty or confusing. That way, it drives away prospect employers because they'll be like, Cynthia's profile is so distracting. I have to strain my eyes. Her font is so tiny, and she doesn't have any. She's not telling me what she does. People. There are people that actually give that kind of feedback to their friends, and their friends will now stay clear from you because they'll be like, oh, okay, this person has gone to go and see your profile, and they're not able to access you because your page looked confusing or it's empty. It's just there. No, there is nothing. There's nothing that is attracting me to your page. So we don't want that. Now, when you want to optimize your LinkedIn or your whatever social media platform it is that you want to advertise yourself, the checklist you're supposed to have is to make sure you have a clear profile picture and banner, clear profile picture, and then use keyword rich headlines. Like for my own LinkedIn bio, in I'm not trying to make an excuse here. I know I haven't had the time to. I will do a major revamp of all of my social media, especially my LinkedIn. I'll do like a total revamp as soon as I have time. So now you want to use keyword rich headlines. In my headline, I remember that I took time to do that because I wanted to stand out. I am a versatile virtual assistant, meaning I am open to work. I am sort of a generalist. God has blessed me with experience in almost all of the niches, and I am able to offer my services there as I learn on the job. So I am a versatile virtual assistant. Now, I've gotten prospect employees saying, "Oh, tell me more about your versatility. What are you able to do? Where are you able to function?" So sorry, I need to take this call. All right, my sincere apologies for that, everyone. I had to take the call. It's a call I could not ignore. But I'm back now. So, oh, okay. So Fadekemi, I will buttress on UVP. I will do that, but let me just finish this. I was um I will do that. Let me just continue. So now we want to use professional banner image and photos. Now for your headline, you want to make sure that exactly, yes, yes. So Oyedipo, that's a very good point that you just shared. That's really good. Avoid typing with capital letters when texting, except when you're angry. Even so now, when you type capital letter, it's as though you're shouting. That is how people see it. It's as if you're shouting, you're trying to emphasize on that point. So if you're texting in capital letters, it's like you're shouting, you're putting emphasis on that word. So even if you're angry, you cannot get angry with your client. So try to just because now for someone like me, if I do see that kind of, I'll be like, oh, maybe the person, um, maybe the person has maybe she has her caps lock on or whatever. But let me just get back. The comment section is distracting. Okay. La, 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 la. So you want to use keyword rich headlines. Now this simply means you want to say what your service plus your niche plus results. Now you could say something like admin virtual assistant for coaches, inbox zero, smooth scheduling. So now you have you have just told them what service you're rendering, the niche you're rendering for, and the results. So now I'm a virtual assistant for coaches. I would make sure that you have zero inboxes and you enjoy smooth scheduling. Now that is my headline. But basically, no, not like that is what I'm going to type, but then with the way I have typed it in this example, it's a simply direct headline. It says what service you're rendering and the niche you're rendering for, and then the results. So now, in the featured session, now the thing with the feature session is that you can add your CV, your calendar link, or your testimonial. And the reason why I had to put this is because on Upwork, you would have to put something they call a portfolio. Now you have to now as a virtual assistant, your portfolio is maybe your one page website where you advertise yourself and then you have to add your CV and then reviews from people that you have maybe done contract jobs with. So on Upwork, your employer gets to write a review about your service. So now if the review is good, you can add that review to the feature session. Now, a pro tip that I like to share is make your about session, your about section should be client centered. Talk about how you can help. not just your story. Talk about how you can help, how me being a virtual assistant can help your brand. Okay, wait. Before I go to that, let me answer the. Wait, let me check you guys first. Okay, I think somebody's trying to take the class away. But anyway, for the people that ask for UB, for the many that ask of UVP, UVP is unique value proposition. Now, your unique value proposition is a clear and concise statement that tells potential clients who you are, what you offer, how you solve their problem, and why you are the best choice. It simply answers why you. That is all. That is why UVPs are important, and that is what UVP. UVP is your unique value proposition. It's simply a clear and concise statement that tells potential clients who you are, what you offer, how you can solve their problem, why you are the best choice over others. Now, the reason why it matters is, especially to virtual assistants, is it helps clients to prospect clients to quickly understand your strengths. It helps them to no, sorry, it sets you apart in a crowded virtual assistant in virtual markets, in the virtual assistant market, especially the likes of Upworks. If you have a clear UVP, you stand out amongst the crowd. Now this builds credibility and confidence. It does do that. And now it makes your bio or your pitch or even your profile, it makes it powerful and targeted, because now the search engines in LinkedIn can now recommend you, or you could, like, when they maybe put virtual assistant, if you have a strong UVP, your name m- will considerably be mentioned in, when in this in when you like when they are trying to search for virtual assistants, it helps, gives you visibility. So I was thinking of a task so that I don't just so now this task is, you're going to oh, sorry about that, Jerry, and the network. So this task, it's going to you're going to pace yourself, you're going to hold yourself accountable for this, because it is your LinkedIn bio, it's not my own. The reason why I am not so shaken about mine is because it tells us, it has there is content there. It's not empty. There is content there. There is room for growth. I think I one time tried to like follow up, and then I got extremely busy. But then it is your LinkedIn profile, so you're going to hold yourself accountable for completing this task. I want you all to go to your LinkedIn pages, your professional social pages, and audit it. Create your own. Now use the checklist that I have mentioned for you, and create and redesign or redefine your pages. Use You can either pick, for people that have for people that have for people that have profiles on Upwork, LinkedIn, Twitter, there is never a frequency on how much you can say. Maybe when maybe there's a policy that says you're not supposed to frequently update your profile, because maybe they'll think it's maybe scam activities that is going on. But it would be great to use this time to audit your LinkedIn bio and use the checklist, your personal brand checklist, and rebrand yourself. Now, I want you all. So when I said you should submit your refreshed headlines with and profile for review, you do that so my tech assistant can look at it, and then we basically just look at it, and if there's any feedback we need to give, we would we'll pick out those persons that, but then hold yourself accountable and try your best to do a revamp on your LinkedIn and your professional profiles. I'm now going to go through. So Abigail, asking about how to add calendar link in your featured session. So now your calendar link is simply your, maybe in the event where they want to book you and then you have done your Calendly, you've sent your availability. There is going to be a link that Calendly will share with you. And you can simply just put it in your bio. If there's no featured session section, you just put it in your bio. I can't wait to chat with you. Let's meet based on my, or just so you just carry the link, find a client centered statement and add your calendar link. I hope that answers that question. Okay. Hmm, let me quickly confirm this. Okay. So I will take questions now. Although I have a bit of cold. Thank you for catching that, Emanuela. I have a bit of cold. I've been trying to hide this, but I'm sorry if that has affected the class or distracted any of you. My apologies. Let's see. So I want us to go on a break, but I know that attendance will not be open until 8 p.m. So we will go on a 10-minute break so that we can take water for many of us that are just coming back from the days outing. We can all settle in. We're going to when we come back from our break, we're going to dive into session two, which will be talking about working with international clients. This section is going to prepare you, going to prepare your mind's eye for your prospects. Thank you, Ngozi. Thank you. I'm already on ginger medication. It's just that ginger has a very weird taste, and I'd rather not drink it. But I know. So yeah, so the session two is going to prepare you for international clients. Thank you, Manuela. We're going to go on a 10-minute break. 8 p.m. Your attendance is going to be open. So please let's all try to sign into the attendance by 8. And amen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for your well wishes. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to go on a break now. Tech team, please take us for a 10 minutes break. We'll be back by 10 minutes past the hour of 8 p.m. so we can continue with session two. I will do that, Bolo Atife. Thank you. I will do that, Abigail. Thank you. I really appreciate. The tech. Okay, you know what? When we're back, we'll talk about it. I just noticed that my mic was off. So I was saying, welcome back, everyone, from the break. I hope we've all been able to do our ergonomic stretch, take water, and submit our attendance. So now, as I was saying before we went for the break, this next session is to it's the objection the objective for this for session two is is to prepare you all to serve and manage clients from different countries and culture confidently. Because the idea of being a virtual assistant is so you are able to work with international clients, national and international clients, because the international clients pay more. So, but this session is going to help you, going to prepare you to serve and manage those clients. So now, navigating clients across borders. First thing we want to discuss is right now most of us are Nigerians and we are going global. You need to learn how to work smoothly with clients from different countries. You want to think time zone. You want to think money tools because payment channels. You want to also you also want to have at the back of your mind communication tips that will make you unforgettable. So the first thing that will when it comes when we talk about international clients, next thing that comes to your mind immediately is time zone and tools. Because you're a Nigerian, your your client, your first client might be in Canada or in California or whatever international country that client is coming from to you to come help them. How do you meet them in the middle? You have to now use tools and modify your time zone. So now you want to use so now there's I use word time body. That one is just a software that gives you the time of different of different it just gives you the world time of different countries. It gives you the lifetime, yeah, lifetimes in different countries. So you're able to know what time is what against your own time. Google Calendar has a feature that you're able to modify to set your time zone to be aligned with your client's time zone. So their time is going to be your time. And then there is excuse me. So now tools you want to use is like I mentioned, all time bodies, Google Calendar, and then there's Slack reminder. Slack also has a interface that helps you set your time zone. Now you want to add clients time zone to your calendar for clarity. Basically, that's why I even mentioned the Google Calendar because there you get to, for example, your client is a Canadian, you will not get to put their unit of time to use across borders from your own laptop so that your time and their time is the same. Now you also want to set now another thing you want to know is that you're going to set your availability blocks. You need to set your availability block that aligns with your time zone, the time zone that you're working for your client. So basically, you're going to be working at their own time. So whatever it is you're setting, be it meetings, cars, buffers, it has to be at their own time and not in your own Nigerian time. Because trust me, if you do that, well, it's too early to start wishing ourselves bad. Mhm. Thank you, everyone, to everyone that is still sending in their prayers. I'm going to be fine. I think it rained yesterday. It did? Yeah. I don't know. It was one rain that fell and I was outside and that's how I thought the person went. I'm fine. Thank you, everyone. Let's focus on our class, please. So yes, I was saying we want to set our time zone to align with that of our client, because that way we are able to work efficiently for them. Now, one pro tip I want us to always do is to always confirm your client time zone in onboarding calls. Oh, hello, Magdalene. It's lovely. I look forward to working with you. Can you please confirm which country you're calling from, so you're able to know what time zone they are on? So that helps for transparency and clarity. Now, communication etiquette. Communication etiquette. One thing I've always mentioned here is to be clear, polite, and prompt. These three rules will make you a star with global clients. Once you communicate, once you're clear, you're polite, and you're prompt, I promise you, you're on the way, or you're going to be a star with your global clients. Things I want us to do, a good habit, is to confirm your task in writing. Like, if they have a task for you, you have to confirm it. Oh, Magdalene, you said the task you want me to carry out today is this, this, this. Can you please confirm? If you send them an email or you send them a message so that they can read and confirm. You also want to always keep your emails short and structured, especially when you are giving reports or you are just maybe sending confirmations like you want to confirm the task. Keep your emails short and structured, go straight to the point, and then try to use Grammarly or spell check before sending it off, so they don't see you as a a client that sorry an employee that is having a lot of mistakes or oversight in their messages. Now, an example of an example message like to confirm clarity is something like, oh, hi Sarah, like you're texting it, you're sending maybe sending a Slack message like, hi Sarah, just confirming that you need the blog post by Friday 10 a.m. EST. Please let me know if anything changes. Now, this way you're telling the client, okay, so that task, just to confirm, you want the blog post to be ready by Friday 10 a.m. Please, in the event there's any changes, please let me know so that I can also reflect those changes on my end. That way, your client knows that, oh, this person wants to be in my group. This person wants to make sure that she understands the tasks I'm giving her. So session 3, creating reports and and insights for clients. Now, this session, it's the objective of this session is to teach you how to summarize work, analyze results, and present value to your clients through smart reporting. So, becoming the BA who thinks like a manager. Why reports matter. So, the truth of the matter is that if you want a client to keep you, or you want a client to come back, you want a client to pay more, you must show them your results. You must show them results. They give you a task, you over deliver. Basically, that is it. Now, why does results matter? It matters because this way it shows your credibility. It shows value to clients. It helps your clients to make decisions, and then it tracks growth and progress. And it tracks growth. So why does report matters? I said again, it shows value to your clients. It helps clients. Sorry. It helps your clients to make decisions, and then it tracks growth and progress. Now, key reporting tools, I know we mentioned this in previous classes. Key reporting tools is basically, you don't necessarily need fancy tools. The basic ones, the basic everyday tools, they work wonders. That's your Google Doc, Google Sheets plus charts. There's Canva for visuals. There's Trello for easy tracking. Now, example of let's see, let me be sure that let me see. So sample reports. Sample of reports is like your tax summary. If your clients are giving you a list of tasks to perform, just write them and summarize them for a person to, oh, for week one, you asked me to do ABC and I delivered this, that, that. So now this shows that you are tracking your task and your progress. Now results, for example, people that will be handling social media pages, reports can be like engagement from week one to week two. Or have we been able to increase engagement by 12%? Yes, we have been. And this is how it was done. So that's another example of report. Another is recommendation. Another is recommendations. Recommendations is um I think it's advisable for us to post more reels on Tuesday evening because that is when most people will be on their phones and then they get to see what we're posting. So basically, this is like an example of reports. So session 4, navigating difficult client situation. Now, the objective for this is to simply re-equip you all with the tools and strategies to professionally handle client-related issues such as unclear expectation, underpayment, ghosting, or scope creep. So now we want to be able to handle our clients in a way that doesn't become a detriment to us because trust me, if you misunderstand your client, they can cheat you. Forget that international clients are the most cunning to deal with. Regardless of if some Nigerian clients can, be a handful, international clients always try to play on our intelligence. But so that's why you always want to try as much as you can to clarify expectations. Conflict resolving. We call conflict resolutions for virtual assistants. Now, common conflict scenarios. Now, honestly, not all difficult clients are bad people. Sometimes it's just mismatched, like conflict in communication or expectation. That is the reason why you always have to try and clarify expectations. Now, there are some common challenges. Common challenges can include clients who ghost. For example, a client gives you a task, and then you're trying to follow up for. Basically, this happens when you're working when the job is contract based, and um, you have to like always follow up with your clients regardless of the fact that they need you, you also in turn need them because you always want to update them with the progress of the tasks that they have given you. Now, some clients would want to be very, very crafty and then maybe stop responding or are not always online. So that's a common challenge. Another one is the clients that will constantly give you last minute tasks. Please, that's the type of challenge you would want to try to avoid. Then there is payment delays where clients will deliberately or not deliberately delay your payments. Anyway, it's another one for um, big, big instructions where they'll just give you a task, create an ad for me. An ad for what? Can you please clarify what's the purpose of this ad? So these are common difficulties that these are common difficult scenarios that clients have posed. So okay, so I think the reason why this question is here because I took it from my advanced slide. Which of these have you already experienced or feared? Okay, so for me, because I'm already a virtual assistant, I have experienced the client overworks without paying more, and even the Nigerian clientele where the client was expecting expedited work. The volume of the job was something that I had to do in 2 weeks. But the person was like, "Oh, if you're able, if you're able to do it in 1 week, I'll be grateful." But I can't not saying anything about I am willing to increase your pay. And being a Nigerian client, I tried to tell the client calmly that, "Oh, okay, sir, you see this for this work, it's going to demand more time, more resources, and the remuneration you're giving me is honestly doesn't cut it." And then they'll ask say, some Nigerians can be rude, are rude actually. But that's not what we're talking about. But anyway, so these are common to for me. That's what I have experienced. Clients that ghost after work delivery. Thank God for the scrolled system in Upwork, so clients cannot do that. So they get to pay you upfront. At least your money, though, yes, they get to pay upfront, and then Upwork keeps the money until your job is done. Yeah, blessing. Trust me, I understand that. Number one is very, very it's synonymous with Nigerians especially. Anyway, so okay. So let's go to the next slide. Principle for handling it. Now, how do you handle this common difficult scenarios? You want to set boundaries. Okay, first thing you want to do is to pause before responding. Like, okay, no, not okay. Let me do this. This is not the principle for handling these scenarios. This is the principles for handling common clients difficult scenario that will present himself. You want to in the event where your client is, proving to be difficult on a call or whatever, you have to pause before responding. You have to pause before responding so that you don't go and say the wrong thing because of how you're feeling at that time. So you have to pause, be calm, do your breathing exercise, and then think about what you want to respond. Now, when you're responding, you want to respond professionally and then try to clarify misunderstandings. Oh, you said I should do this. Did you mean I should do it this way, or you have a preferred means of which you want the result to turn out to be? So just try to always clarify. If you don't understand something, ask questions, and then you want to offer solutions in the where there is any misunderstanding. Because maybe if the client is trying to get you to do it like this, and we know that if you do it another way, it's going to be better. You would want to try to offer solutions. For example, hi Chris. I noticed the brief was unclear. Now, a brief is it's a document that has your task, the tasks that they want you to carry out for them. That brief contains all the information you need. In a show where you want to try to clarify misunderstandings, you want to say something like, "Hi Chris, I noticed the brief was unclear on the final deliverable. Could you please confirm what format you would prefer it in?" Now this way you're trying to find out what format the person wants the end results to be in. Now escalating gracefully, simply how to handle how to escalate an issue. The client has been misbehaving and you want to take it to like higher authorities. You want to first of all try to set boundaries, protect your time. So now boundaries protect your time, your value, and your sanity. The clearer you are upfront, the easier it is going to hold down the line. Now, some tips to creating boundaries is to set your working hours in the onboarding. That's the first interaction after employment. You want to set and clarify your working hours. Just to confirm, Chris, this job is an 8-hour job. So it's going to be from this time to this time, correct? And the person will, oh yes, yes, yes. Now you're going to also have contracts that are binding the two of you. Before you start working for anybody, they want to give you a contract for you to sign. You have to read it. Please read your contract. So in case of any clause that is not favorable, you can ask for clarity. And then if it doesn't sit well with you, you can turn down that job. So, so now how to escalate gracefully. You want to create clear documentation of your activities. How do you want to do it? So you want to create clear documentation, screenshots of emails, maybe the client has been rude to you, the client just document everything before you just start shouting or exchanging words with anybody, especially on Upworks. You just have to screenshot the documentation, just screenshot the email or the message or the conversation. Then in maybe like now, for example, the client's now raising his voice and say, "Oh, you did not do this, you didn't do that." Please, can we all confirm you can hear me? 'Cause I just saw a message saying no sound. Um, yes, awesome, thank you. Uh-huh. So now in the where a client will now want to start telling you, thank you for confirming. Now when the client wants to start telling you something like, "Oh, why did you do this? Why is this the way it is?" What you want to do is to politely reference previous instructions. "Oh, sir. Oh, Chris. Hi, Chris. You said I should use this format to um okay, yeah. So you can simply just politely reference previous instructions. So the client knows that yes, oh, I said she should do it this way, and she has done it this way, and this is the result. Oh, I don't like it. Some clients would admit that okay, they are at fault, but then some will not, and then you just have to politely, you know, take correction or just tell the person that you would find a way. That's what you're not trying to offer solutions. Now, if needed, pause the task and ask to review terms. Now, that part simply is where you're like, hold up, let's go and read the contract again. Maybe, for example, the client wants you to work on Sunday, and clearly the contract says you're supposed to work um, 5 days a week, and then the client is now demanding why you did not respond to his email on Sunday. You can just pause. Thank you all for confirming. You can just pause the task that you're doing and go back to your contract to review. That's why it's important. Anytime a contract is shared with you, before you sign the contract, save a copy of that contract because some clients, because it's like my former boss, one of my one person, one of my employee, my previous employee, had a system where you couldn't save the contract. And I think I learned it the hard way because I needed to refer to my contract and I couldn't find it anywhere. Now, one tip you want, like I mentioned that one. That was I was started with setting boundaries. Setting boundaries. You just have to learn to set your boundaries. Let them know this is when I'll be working. This is what I'm expecting at my payment. This is when I am expecting my payments to come in. Let's learn to set, because as they are giving you their own terms and conditions, you too should be confident enough to let them know, okay, this is how I can work. This is how I get to work better. This is a way I can, I'm able to channel my energy better and be efficient. So let's learn to set boundaries, and let's also, and this writing of contracts. I have a contract I'm actually working on for myself to also use to present to my prospective employee, my prospective clients, because I want them to know that this is how I am, this is how best I work. I don't want you coming to come and, try to change my person just because you want me to achieve your own job expectation. So I will do my best to get your job done, but I'd also expect you to, you've read through my terms and conditions. Don't expect me to over deliver by showing up to work on Saturday. I will do it if it's needed. If I have spillover work, I can decide to come on and come online and then get my work done. But don't expect it to be a norm because I did it one time. If it is necessary, I will come through. Okay, and with that brings us to the end of the lecture I have for you all today. I want you all to remember that you are in control. You are not just a virtual assistant, you are a professional and your time is valuable. I want you all to learn how to clearly set boundaries. That helps to build respect. Now, saying no cannot only it will not only protect your energy, it will protect your brand. Now, another point to remember is every difficult client is a learning opportunity, not a failure. All of my experiences leading up to today and this very moment has been a learning opportunity for me to be better. So I've never counted any of my losses or any of my engagements with clients as a no. I take it as okay, this is the learning curve for me. Lessons learned. I move on to the next person. Now, do we have any questions before I call it a wrap for today? I hope today's I know that today's session seems like it was like a free flowing session. I just want to know and to be sure that we got the information I was trying to share with us. The idea for today's class was just to prepare us for when the job comes. We don't know when the job is coming. It could even come in. It could even come in tomorrow, as soon as tomorrow. So this session was to help you prepare for your job that's coming tomorrow. Awesome. I'm glad. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for thanking me. Thank you, Manuela. I love you too. I promise I'll take care of myself. Thank you for being here, everyone. Thank you. Yes, I want us to always know that our time is valuable. Your time is valuable. So yes, your job is coming tomorrow. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for confirming, Amber. I'm glad, Gift. Thank you. You're welcome, Odion. Thank you for joining class today. Iman's consult. Thank you. Bola, I promise I will be better by tomorrow. Yes, Grace, I will take time to rest. Esther, I'm glad. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to impact. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Osa. Precious, I'm sorry. I'm glad you enjoyed the class piece. Teresa, thank you. Damilola, you're welcome. Thank you too. I will be good. Ogunlola, thank you. Olabisi, I'm glad you enjoyed the class. Thank you. Oh, I love you too, Christiana. Thank you. I will get well soon, Bessie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you all for being in class today. Olufumilayo, thank you. Dorcas, I will get better. I'll get better. I need to also learn how to stay away from cold water. But I will get better, I promise. Yes, I will. Gold Esther, thank you. I will take care of myself. Yes, yes, yes. All right, everyone. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the concern. I will get better. Let's all get ready for another impactful. I think tomorrow or is it Wednesday? That is the next class. The next class is on Wednesday. So I'll see you. So even if you see me say tomorrow, tomorrow is the next time I see you. Your job is coming tomorrow. It can happen tomorrow. It can happen anytime. So yes, I will see you all tomorrow when we see. Thank you. All right, everybody. Goodbye. Good night from here. Please take out time to rest and always self help. Go to YouTube, do researches. Google is there, ChatGPT is there. Make it your best friend and help yourself in preparedness for your job that is coming tomorrow. I want us all to have a good night's rest. Goodbye from here.